6:30 on a beautiful fall Monday afternoon out here in Savannah, Georgia. October the 26th, 2020. And look at the size of this window unit. That's like industrial. This is a Florida-sized window unit. And we're in South Georgia though, it's Savannah. So I've got a few minutes to settle into my hotel room here. Just put my bags down. It's something I haven't done in a very long time. This was $60 for this night, but as much as we're doing out here in Savannah, I didn't want to risk trying to drive back all the way back to Fernandina tonight. Don't worry about Nestor. I made sure his food and water was full, and he's got plenty of kitty litter. He'll be fine for a night by himself. He might be a little kind of wondering what's going on, but he'll be fine. So let's take a look around at this $60 a night hotel room. Looking at the bed here, there's a little something. I see it looks like cigarette burns right there. And a few little discolored spots. There's some history here, but I guess they figured it wasn't enough to throw away the comforter. So I'm actually okay with that. I think it'd be fine as long as they washed it. And there's one of these, guys. You remember these TVs with remotes? Kind of obsolete, but let's see if it works. That's an LG. Yeah, of course. News. Okay, so it's working. There's actual channels there. Nothing I want to watch so far. Let's just turn that off. All right. It's going to be nice to actually have a shower to stand in. Taking my shower tomorrow. Alright, this is good. This is good. Checkout is at 11 o'clock tomorrow. It's getting dark now. Going to be riding in the Fluidity, or is it the Montequisti mobile?
This is the boat.
The boat, okay.
The Montequisti boat.
The Montequisti boat. Apparently I'm the DD tonight, so whatever you guys are planning on doing.
There's no emergency brake set.
I'm going to be here to get you guys back to the hotel room. All right, we have found it. It's called the Booyah. Let me get a Booyah. All right. It's supposed to be a comedy ghost tour. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, look at that. Doors open on their own. It's already creepy.
You're currently sitting on top of dead bodies, soon to be rolling over dead bodies. Yay!
Wahoo!
Super fun.
Yeah.
That being said, you're going to hear some pretty cool stuff tonight. You're going to laugh a lot. You might get scared a little bit. That'd be pretty.
Flash comedian. And just to get this out the way, this is way more comedy than it is ghost tour. And I am way more comedian than I am tour guide. So hopefully y'all did not come here for factual information. Alright, hopefully y'all did not come here to learn stuff or whatever. I'll tell y'all what I know. Alright, I'll let y'all know that. At some points I'm going to leave things out. There are going to be parts where I'm going to get stuff wrong. And then there are going to be parts where I just straight up lie to you. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you right now. I'm not always going to tell you the truth. It's all a matter of whatever I find funny. So I see nobody was brave enough to sit in the front row and be my victims for the rest of the night. I mean, probably smart move on your part, all right? But we just passed by Savannah Civic Center. Now that's the home to the Johnny Mercer Theater. Johnny Mercer, y'all probably know, famous singer-songwriter. Now he is actually the grandson of another famous Savannah figure, which is Hugh Mercer. And Hugh Mercer was a Confederate officer during the Civil War. Now the interesting thing about Hugh Mercer is he got kicked out of West Point for taking part in the eggnog riots.
That's gotta be one of the lies.
Oh no, that is absolutely true. You can look it up. He got kicked out of West Point for taking part in the eggnog riots.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what happens during an eggnog riot, but it sounds like the whitest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Yes, it do.
I imagine it's just a bunch of middle-aged men named Gary asking to see my manager for 30 minutes straight. Hey, what do you mean I can't have extra ranch with my salad? I'm a veteran. I fought for my country. You have any idea how many Germans I killed in Vietnam?
I got
Alright, we don't have any history majors
Germans in Vietnam.
No history majors in this on this tour right now. Every now and then I look over the audience when I do that joke, and I just see who's sitting there like, yeah, killing Germans in Vietnam makes perfect sense. Go on, Gerard. I see nothing wrong with the statement right here. Yeah, keep going. What my family refers to as the eggnog riot was the time during Christmas dinner when my Uncle Perry flipped the dinner table over because we told him his Jerry curl was out of style. Y'all know the Jerry curl? It's a black mullet, basically, alright? It's the black equivalent of the mullet. It's that one style that certain people keep trying to bring back, but the rest of us are determined to put a stop to it. Like, no, it's never coming back. My uncle, I think it's fair to compare him to a Confederate officer like Hugh Mercer. Because every once in a while, I'll catch him as he's looking at himself in the mirror, shaping up his Jerry curl, spraying it down with his Jerry curl juice. Yes, the Jerry curl is a very wet hairstyle.
They still make the juice?
Oh, they still. One can lasts a lifetime, all right? Like all you have to do is buy a can back in the day when it was still hot. You still got it, all right?
Right.
But he's spraying down his Jerry curl, and I'll hear him say to himself, he'll look himself in the mirror, he'll be like, "This style shall rise again," because you can't tell him the Jerry curl's not going to make a comeback, all right? I think it's also fair to compare him to a Confederate officer because, like, judging by his ever disappearing Jerry curl, I'm pretty sure that his hairline is receding from the Union, if you know what I mean. By the way, so you, sir, with the phone, who was brave enough to sit up front.
Yes.
I'm gonna assign you a job.
Oh dear.
All right, it's a job I assign every single time we do this tour. All right, it's it used to be high five guy, but because of current circumstances, I can't quite do high five guy anymore.
Fist bump guy?
Yeah, I do air fist bump guy. That's basically what I do. Air fist bump, like this. All right.
Yeah,
But basically, what I need is every single time one of these jokes bombs, I need you to be here to give me an air fist bump, so I know I got at least one friend on this bus. All right. One person who supports me throughout it all. All right. And by the way, I'm gonna call you Hoss for the rest of this tour. All right. You're Hoss.
I'm Hoss.
Because if there's anybody you can trust, it's a man named Hoss.
Right.
Like if you get into a bar fight, they'll be like, "Who had your back?" Well, Hoss was there. You know, Hoss was ready to throw down. Hoss is all ready to throw down. So you're Hoss, the air fist bump guy. Right?
They call me corn-fed.
Yeah, we call him corn-fed.
Corn-fed Hoss. All right, that works for me. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
So I was going to tell you about the Sorrel Weed House, but I think we actually have somebody on right now. So let's listen to what he has to say.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The name's Jacob Taylor. I was the second mate of the Brig Hetty of Philadelphia. We was docked here in the port of Savannah doing the normal refit and resupply. Little did I know this day would end with my body in a bag in Christchurch Cemetery. It all started on the west side of the city in the seething dens of sailor bars and brothels. The deceivers came over on two ships, the La Vengeance and the La Francais, French privateer ships in town under the guise of doing the normal refit and resupply, when in reality they was here to press gang new crew members. Pickings was slim. They was only able to recruit one boy, barely even a man. He went off to brag to his friends of his newfound recruitment. Well, his friends quickly talked him back to his senses. Frenchman didn't take too kindly to that. A fight ensued. One American was killed, as well as a Frenchman. So, the next night, me and my mates go out to the Eagles Tavern looking to dance with some of the finest ladies Savannah has to offer. Well, these ladies have already promised to dance with the Frenchman. A brawl ensued. Only this time the Frenchman was properly armed. One of them shot me right in the gut. That's how I died. 34 of them Frenchmen was arrested. But the next day all but 7 was released. So they hurry their way down towards the docks, trying to make their way out of town. but they're met by an angry and grieving mob who burn the La Vengeance down to the waterline. 8 hours of hand-to-hand combat go on like this until a couple clever Savannah sailors set a burning barge a pitch down with the river's current until slowly but surely, with one large explosion, the Savannah riots ended. You can still visit my body in Christchurch Cemetery, now known as Colonial Park Cemetery. But if you do, please, steer clear of Frenchmen on boat. Good evening.
Good advice.
Yeah, that was Jacob Taylor. Very give it up. Now, apparently, the reason it's so haunted is because if you go around Savannah, you ask people, they'll tell you all these stories about all these different disasters and tragedies that have occurred in that building. But I think there are a couple places in Savannah that can actually rival 432 Abercorn as most haunted place in Savannah. And that is any porta potty in Savannah during St. Patrick's Week, because the number of disasters and tragedies that occur there over that week-long period. Like, we don't just have St. Patrick's Day here in Savannah, all right? We have St. Patrick's Week. Have y'all ever been here for St. Patrick's? All right, good. Don't come. We full. All right, we don't need more people.
That's so true.
The locals, we hate St. Patrick's. We hate it. What we do is we actually we stock up on alcohol, right?
Stocking up.
We stock up on alcohol. We lock all of our doors and windows, and we wait out the tourists like they're a zombie herd, right?
Oh,
and we just sit inside. Now, at some point, we send out one designated local among the masses, and if he sees his shadow, we got 3 more days of St. Patrick's, all right? That's how that works. So, I think the worst, or I guess maybe even best St. Patrick's story that I have is I once saw a guy come here for St. Patrick's. Obviously, he got nice and drunk and liquored up. He went to what we call the Stone Stairs of Death. Have any of y'all been to the Stone Stairs of Death in Savannah? There are these very steep steps near River Street. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they look very intimidating, very dangerous. I saw a guy go to that rail in the middle of the steps all the way at the very top and decided that he was going to slide down them.
Oh no.
Yeah.
While drunk.
Yep. We almost had a new ghost that day. Right, so now on the right, this building here is actually one of the most interesting buildings in Savannah. This is the first building in Savannah to have electricity. This was also Walt Disney's inspiration for the Haunted Mansion.
Is that really true?
Yes, that is. Apparently Walt Disney, he used to sit outside and look at that building. I guess that's where he got his inspiration for the design.
So how you two doing so far?
We're really laughing, like belly laughing.
Really? We're going into, what was the name of this place?
McDonald's?
McDonough's.
McDonald's?
Everybody's gonna go get a glass of chocolate milk, right?
Yep, chocolate milk.
It's gonna be lots of chocolate milk. Good chocolate milk.
It's like Joy Wave.
Ooh yeah. Chocolate milk.
Delicious.
Yes.
Everyone, name's Tobias St. George, but you can call me Smiling Toby. I am, or was rather, the bosun of the Cerulean Storm captained by Black Sam Worthington. Never heard of him?
No.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Pirates you hear about are normally the ones rotting in a jail cell. As the bosun of the storm, it was my responsibility to allocate you recruits when needed, and my favorite place to do this was right down there at Ye Old Pirates Tavern and Inn. And this is how I would do it. First, I'd buy a drink for my possible recruit. Then another. Pass a coin or two to the barkeep to work his magic. And then pretty soon that lad wouldn't be able to hold his head up. Then it would be the simple task of hoisting him over my shoulder, headed down through the rum cellar, through the tunnels to my waiting boat at the bottom of the bluff. He had to come to eventually. And by that time he'd be halfway to China. Or the Caribbean. Or who knows. Pirate's life and all that. But I suppose you're all wondering how I ended up here. like this, meaning dead. Well, I guess you could say it was all part of a bad negotiation. See, one day I was sitting in the tavern, I was looking for someone good at climbing rigging, as our previous associate had met a rather untimely demise. Well, I saw this lad, he's sitting all by himself, looked to be 16 or 17 at the most, average build, but obviously strong, so I pulled up a chair and talked to him. Oh, he was sad about some lass he lost, drinking his troubles away. Well, he asked what I did, and I recalled to him my tales of the high seas, and his eyes lit up like stars. So I bought him a drink, with a little bit of something extra, and I almost had him completely convinced to join my crew when suddenly his head was too heavy to carry on, and it hit the table with a thud. And I smiled and I got to work bringing my new recruit on board. Now, getting him through the rum cellar wasn't too much of a job. Getting him through the tunnels, however, was a bit of a task. I'm not the tallest or the burliest of most my mates, so I had to drag him along to get him through the tight bits. And that was when he started to come to. Now, I must have realized what was happening to him as he started to put up a bit of a fight. Not a good one, but a fight nonetheless. Well, he sent us both to the floor. I pulled my strong arm back to give him a solid blow, just to calm him down. When suddenly I felt a crunch at the temple of my skull, and my world faded black. Now, the blow wasn't what killed me, though. It was the 6 or 7 succeeding blows that done me in. And as the blood seeped from the mangled remains of my ruined skull, I heard the disappearing footsteps down the graveled tunnel as my world faded blessedly black. Well, over the centuries I've come to accept what happened to me. Telling my story helps lighten my soul a bit. You gotta work the bad karma off somehow. Anywho, enjoy your visit, and if you're brave enough to enter the pirate's house, perhaps you'll see me or some of my mates. Just be forewarned of strangers buying you drinks.
To get some dinner, right?
Well, yeah. What was it called? Totally Awesome Bar?
Yeah, totally awesome bar.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm down to
oh,
8%.
you.
Okay,
You're responsible
Wait.
for the boat now.
I'm the DD here. Going into the Totally Awesome Bar. We've been told that this is like a retro 90s barcade, kind of like pinballs. Oh my goodness. The hallway. Whoa, step at it for once a second. Oh, it's all Rob Liefeld comics. Yeah, it's all Rob Liefeld comics. Linkara would not be happy about that. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Okay, so it's like a bunch of pinball machines, and then a pool table, and old arcade machines. Oh. There's a Miss Pac-Man Galaga machine here. And Superbike. You know, I'm gonna try that out. Oh, is that Time Crisis? What is this? Is that? No, it's not. What's this? Ninja Assassin. Ninja Assassin. Okay, it's a light gun game. I'm gonna be playing that. That's my jam. Oh, they got an Area 51. They have an Area 51. Did you know there's an actual Easter egg in this where if you go through the entire first level and you only kill the soldiers and you don't kill any aliens, you actually can play the rest of the game as an alien. At least the console port is like that. I don't know if the arcade is. I'd imagine it probably is. Oh, come on. Yeah. He's
That's the sound we need, right?
well. He still needs to see if it's the battery that's bad. So he's got to let it
Well, as
run.
long as it gets us home, like that.
Well, it is after midnight now. It's 12:40. We're back at the hotel, about to go get some sleep. But yeah, we capped the day off with the battery dying. So we got a slice of pizza and then sat in the car with the key turned on. That was my fault.
Thank you, AAA, for rescuing us.
Yeah. I didn't think having the key on for. I wanted to charge my phone while we were eating the pizza. And it wasn't more than
car's
about
too
10-15 minutes.
My car's just too old for that mess.
Yeah. So.
Thank you, Mommy, for getting AAA.
Does your mom watch these videos?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it has, despite the bad ending, a fantastic day.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely
It
fantastic.
wasn't too bad just hang out in the car, watching videos.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't too bad.
But like all throughout the day, man, we've walked River Street, had tours, eaten at fancy
We were
restaurants.
tired.
We played arcade games. We got telestrations.
Telestrations,
Yeah.
yeah.
We went to the Blix and bought a bunch of art supplies.
That we need.
like hundreds of dollars of art supplies. Great day.
We cleared them out.
That's going to be it for this one though. So, thumbs up, subscribe, talk to you down in the comments. I'm not going through all the details. You know what to do. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Smash that like button.
Yeah.